Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and happy Friday. If you're new here, welcome. We're so happy you found us. I'm Lisa. And today I'm going to show you how to turn this into a book cover. So let's get started. Okay guys, so we're going to take this simple fruit snack box, and yes, I eat fruit snacks. And we are going to turn it into a great book cover for a journal. And I'm going to show you how to do it. And believe it or not, it's way easier than you think it is. So first, we're going to use a 9x6 journal because that's pretty standard size. And I've measured, and this front cover is 9. I can cut off this rough edge right here. And this will be my front cover. So I'm just going to cut along the creases of the box here. Alright guys, so we just cut this apart. Now, if you are making a super fat journal, leave the big spine right here connected and just go ahead and cut this other side out. Here, Okay, so here is one way to turn a box into a book cover if you're making a super large journal. Because this spine right here is basically 3 3/4 inches. So this would hold 3 signatures, and you could stuff them fat, and it would be a good sized journal. So if you were going to do this size, I would just stop here, trim off the bottom to make it 9 inches long, and that would only be cutting off this little bit at the bottom, and then you have your journal. But what I'm going to show you today is how to make a journal if you're not making a super fat one. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this spine off. So here are my covers, and all I'm going to do is clean up the bottom. So I'm going to use my paper cutter, and I'm just going to cut a little bit off so it's clean across the bottom. Okay, then I'm going to throw that away. I'm going to bring this over here and just make sure I cut the same amount off because I want my bottoms to be even. Okay, sorry, that cut out. Now I'm going to take my spine, and my signature is just big enough. I just need a 1/2 inch spine, and what I do is for every signature, okay, and mine is 10 pages total, so it's 20 pages front and back, I measure 1.5 inches per signature. So if I have 3 signatures this way, I would have used that really big spine. If I have 2, I would do a 3-inch spine. This is 1, so I'm doing 1.5 inches. So you see where I am going with that. Alright, so we have our front and back cover here, and our spine. I'm going to lay them out. There is 3 ways that you could attach these all together. Okay. One way is you can poke holes, 1 at the top in the front cover, 2 in the spine, and 1 in the back cover, and do that in the middle and at the end, and then you can use 3 things to connect them this way. You could use twine, and you're going to tie 1 on that side, 1 on this side. So you're going to have like rings, 1 ring in the front and 1 ring in the back. Okay? You could use something like an embroidery floss if you wanted a color. You could also use rings to attach them. And these rings came from Amazon, and they're a nice, they're a nice size ring. So if you poked your holes at the top, you would connect 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and then a set at the bottom. Okay, that's super simple too. Great way to connect. Okay, so you could poke your holes, you could use twine, embroidery floss, string, whatever, or you could use rings. And I'll link these rings below because they're easy to use, and my hands are difficult, so that's important. Now, That's an okay way. I don't like doing it that way. It's too floppy for me. But, you know, if you like doing it that way, by all means, do it that way. Now, another way to do it, I'm going to turn it this way, is to, oops. Okay, I'm going to turn it this way so I think it looks better. There we go. Another way you can do this is you can use fabric strips. You can glue fabric strips front and back, so like inside your book and on the outside, because you're going to cover it. So you could cut some fabric strips, and you could use muslin strips, you could use cotton fabric, you could use basically whatever you want. So pretend this is a strip long enough, and you get it and you attach it on the inside at the crease where they meet on both sides of its spine and on the outside, okay? So you have a nice way to attach this. You attach with glue. Fabric to cardboard, you would probably use like E6000 just to make sure it's strong enough. That's what I would use. And that's a great way too. But again, to me, it's too floppy, okay? And I don't like my journals to be floppy. I don't know why. That's just me. The rings, I know a lot of people like those, and that's great. Everybody's different. So the last way you can do this is you can use Tyvek tape, which is like a book binding tape. I got this at Amazon, and I'll link it below. And what you do is you just start your tape, and it's extremely sticky. And you pull it like that, and then you just put your spine in your cover however close you want. Remember, they do have to be able to open and close. Okay, so you'll put it probably like 1/4 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch apart. Okay, and when they're 1/4 inch apart, then you come in with your Tyvek and you just lay it down like that. And they're connected. Hold on, let me trim it. Okay, they're connected, they bend, and then you would flip it over and do it on this side. This is a great way to do it. I love it. It's sturdy. It holds, like I said, Tyvek is like bookbinding tape, so this is an awesome way to do it. The Tyvek is a little expensive, so you could use duct tape. You could use clear packing tape, but sometimes clear packing tape, duct tape is sticky enough, but the problem is it's super sticky and sometimes it's hard to work with. Plus it's a little thicker. This is very thin tape. I don't know if you can tell, but this is a very thin tape. So it's easy, it works, it's flat. Where duct tape is thick, but you can use duct tape. Or like I said, if you don't want to spend the money and you don't have duct tape, you can use clear packing tape. It's a nice thin tape. The trick with clear packing tape is it doesn't always stay down. So if you put clear packing tape down, come in with a blow dryer or a heat gun and heat it up and get it real warm, because that'll make it super sticky, and then it'll stick extra to your book cover, okay? So you put your tapes down, and then you'll flip it over and put your tapes down on the other side. So let's do that real quick. Okay, when you flip it over to do the front side, it's a little easier because it's already held in place. You just need to put your tape down. So there we go. It's all ready to cover and everything. So what about your signature? Okay, so there's 2 ways to put your signature in. One way is just now poke your holes and stick your signature into your spine like normal, okay? That's one way. And then you have your book like that. Okay. Or you could do a hidden spine where you set your book cover aside for a minute. You take another piece of cardboard and you make sure it's the right size. And we're just going to say this piece is the right size, okay? And you stitch your signature onto the hidden spine. And then you bring your book back and you put your signature in with your spine. Now, there's 2 ways to attach your hidden spine. You can use E6000, paint it on with a paintbrush, put it on there, and let it set, but when you're letting it dry, make sure you're supporting your signature up like this. Trust me. Okay, if you don't want to attach it like this, come back again with your Tyvek or your duct tape or your clear packing tape. Tape along the sides of your spine that are showing right there on both sides. Tape it down really good. If you're using the clear tape, remember to bring in your hair dryer or your heat gun and heat it up. And it will hold and it will stay and you are done. Then decorate. I would decorate the inside of my book though before I attach my hidden spine. And then you can go back over and put lace or paper to hide the tape over your hidden spine. And trust me, that's just the way I do it. You can do it however you want, okay? I hope you enjoyed this video on how to make a book cover out of a box. Hope you have a great weekend. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.